I want you to picture this for a moment. It's the end of a long day. The toys are everywhere, dinner needs to be made, and all you need is for your child to do one simple thing. Put on their shoes. You ask once nicely. You ask a second time, a little firmer. By the fifth time, your patience, already worn thin, just snaps. And then it happens. That sharp, loud tone you promised yourself you wouldn't use today. The yelling starts. The silence that follows is heavy. It's filled with their tears, maybe your own, and a wave of guilt that hits you right in the chest as you tuck them into bed. If that scene feels even a little bit familiar, I need you to hear me, and I mean really hear me. You are not a bad parent. You are a good parent stuck in a bad cycle. A cycle that feels impossible to escape because, in the short term, yelling sometimes feels like it works. It gets the shoes on. But it comes at a cost, slowly chipping away at the joyful connection you crave with your child. But what if I told you the secret to breaking this cycle has nothing to do with finding a new punishment or a stricter consequence? It's about understanding one powerful, counterintuitive truth about why your child isn't listening and why yelling actually makes the problem worse. In this video, we're going to dismantle that yelling cycle piece by piece, and I will give you a proven, gentle, 5-step method that works with your child's brain, not against it. It starts by understanding the number one mistake that well-intentioned parents make every single day without even realizing it. So, what is this number one mistake I mentioned? It's something that many of us do with the absolute best intentions, because we want to break the cycle of that authoritarian, because I said so parenting we might have grown up with. We've gone from not caring about our child's feelings to being almost afraid of them, and this leads to the single most destructive mistake in modern parenting. We confuse validation with permission. They are not the same thing. Let's break that down. Validation is simply acknowledging your child's feeling as real and legitimate. It's the language of connection. It sounds like, I know you're having so much fun playing and you feel sad that it's time to leave. It tells your child, I see you. Your feelings make sense. Permission, on the other hand, is letting that feeling dictate the outcome. It's saying, okay, you can stay longer so you won't be sad. When we constantly give their feelings the steering wheel, we unintentionally teach them that their temporary emotions are more important than our family's schedule, our rules, or our boundaries. The secret to confident and effective parenting lies in pairing these two concepts. The formula is this: you validate the feeling and you hold the boundary. For example, I know you're disappointed the play date is over, that's the validation, and it's time to go home for dinner, that's the boundary. This powerful combination tells your child two critical things at once. Your feelings are real and I care about them, and I am the calm, sturdy leader who will keep you safe by holding the line. This approach builds connection without sacrificing authority, creating a foundation of respect and cooperation that makes yelling obsolete. Understanding the psychology is half the battle. Now let's move from theory to action. I'm going to walk you through a practical 5-step formula that you can start using today. It's designed to work with your child's developing brain, not against it, in those everyday moments like leaving the house, cleaning up toys, or coming to the table for dinner. So let's begin with the most important, and honestly, the most frequently skipped step of all. Step 1 is what I call the connection catalyst. The biggest reason your child doesn't listen the first time is simple. They are in a different world. Whether they're building a fortress, watching a show, or deep in pretend play, their brain is in a state of intense focus. Your voice from across the room is just background noise. Think of it like they're wearing a powerful pair of noise-canceling headphones. Before you can give a direction, you must first gently remove those headphones. This requires 3 small physical actions. First, stop talking from across the room. Close the distance. Your physical presence is the first signal that something is about to change. Second, get down to their eye level. Standing over a small child can feel intimidating and unconsciously triggers a defensive response in their brain making them less open to what you have to say. Getting down to their level signals safety and respect. And third, make a gentle physical connection. A light hand on their shoulder, their arm, or their back. This gentle touch is a powerful pattern interrupt that breaks their hyper-focus and draws their attention to you without you having to say a single word. Only then, after you've done those 3 things, do you say their name calmly and wait for eye contact. That moment they look at you, that's your signal. The headphones are off. Now they can actually hear you. All right, you have their full attention. The connection is made. The next secret is to give a direction that their developing brain can actually handle. This is step 2, the whiteboard match. As adults, we often give a long string of commands without a second thought. Okay, sweetie, please clean up your Legos, put on your shoes and socks, and then grab your backpack from the hook. To us, that seems perfectly clear, but for a young child's brain, that is a tidal wave of information that is neurologically impossible to process. I want you to think of your child's working memory as a tiny mental whiteboard. An adult's whiteboard is large. We can hold 5 to 7 pieces of information at once. A child's is much, much smaller. When you give them a long list, their little whiteboard gets completely filled up. They either forget everything after the first step, or they get so overwhelmed they shut down and do nothing at all. To be effective, you must match your instruction to the size of their whiteboard. For a 3-year-old, that means one simple step. Please put your shoes in the basket. That's it. For a 4-year-old, you can usually use 2 related steps. Pick up your cars and put them in the toy box. And for a child between 5 and 7, they can often manage 2 unrelated steps. Put your plate in the sink and then go brush your teeth. Also, remember this golden rule. Always tell them what to do, not what not to do. A child's brain struggles to process negatives. Don't run is far less clear to their brain than please use your walking feet. The second option gives their brain a clear positive action to perform, making success infinitely more likely. You've connected, you've given a clear, brain-friendly direction. Now comes the part that requires the most self-control from you. We've arrived at step 3, the patient pause. After you give the instruction, I want you to stay there, maintain a calm presence, and silently count to 10 in your head. This isn't just an arbitrary number. Research on neural processing shows that it can take a young child's brain 7 to 10 seconds to complete the entire sequence required to follow a command. They have to stop what they're doing, process your words, formulate a plan, and then send the signal to their body to act. Most of us, as parents, jump in and repeat the direction after just 2 or 3 seconds. When we do that, we interrupt their entire mental process, and over time, we teach them a terrible lesson, that they don't need to listen to the first instruction, because another one is always coming. The patient pause is an act of trust. It communicates, I know you can do this, I will wait for you. Then, the moment they complete the task, we immediately move to step 4, the specific spotlight. This is where we praise their success, but we must avoid the generic good job. The key is to be specific. Describe exactly what you see. So instead of, good job cleaning up, you would say, wow, you put all of the red blocks back in the bin. This specific praise does 3 incredibly powerful things. First, it tells them exactly what they did right, making them more likely to repeat it. Second, it shows them you were paying close attention, which makes them feel seen and valued. And third, it focuses on their effort and their action, building genuine self-esteem and teaching them to think, I am a person who can put my blocks away. So you've connected, you've given a clear direction, you've paused patiently, and you've seen them succeed and praised them for it. But what about those times when you do all that and your child still doesn't move? They might be testing the boundary, or they might just be genuinely stuck because they're tired or overwhelmed. This is not the time to escalate. This is not the time to yell. This is the time for the final crucial step. Step 5, the helping hand. The message of this step is simple and powerful. I will not let you fail. We are going to do this together. The helping hand is a calm, firm, and respectful way of physically guiding your child to complete the task. It is not a punishment. Your tone must be warm and supportive, not angry. Let's say the instruction was, "Please put your teddy bear in the toy box." After the patient pause, if nothing has happened, you would first state the action calmly. "It's time to put Teddy in the box now. I will help you." Then you gently place your hand over your child's hand, guide it to pick up the teddy bear, and you walk together to the toy box. You complete the action together, and as soon as the teddy is in the box, you release your hand and offer a simple, positive acknowledgement. There we go. Teddy is all cleaned up. This technique is a game changer. It proves that your words have meaning, and ignoring you is not an option. It completely bypasses a verbal power struggle. But most importantly, it does all of this while maintaining a physical connection, showing your child that even when you have to enforce a boundary, you are still on their team. You are helping them succeed, not punishing them for failing. Now, let's be realistic for a moment. Even with this entire 5-step method in your toolkit, there will be days when you are tired, stressed, and overwhelmed. There will be days when you lose your patience and you yell, and in those moments, it is so easy to be flooded with guilt and feel like a total failure. But as an expert in this field, I want to share one of the most powerful secrets of resilient, happy families. The goal is not to be a perfect parent. The goal is to be a parent who is good at repairing. A moment of conflict doesn't have to damage your connection with your child. In fact, a good repair can actually make your bond stronger. When a parent yells, a child's world feels shaky. The person who is their source of safety has momentarily become a source of fear. The real, lasting damage doesn't come from that moment of yelling. It comes from what happens next. If we leave that rupture unaddressed, the child is left alone to make sense of it. And the story they almost always tell themselves is one of self-blame. I am bad. I made mommy mad. It's my fault. This is where shame and anxiety take root. A repair is the act of you, the parent, coming back to your child after everyone is calm and taking responsibility for your part. It rewrites the ending of that story for your child. It changes the narrative from I am bad to my parent had a hard moment, but they came back for me. I am still safe, and I am still loved. This doesn't just fix the moment. It teaches your child that relationships can survive conflict, and that a mistake is never the end of the story. Knowing you should repair is one thing, but knowing what to say when you're feeling flustered is another. So I want to give you a simple 3-step script that we call the ABC of a perfect repair. It's a formula that is simple enough for a young child to understand and powerful enough to truly reconnect. First is A. Apologize for your part. This is the crucial first step. It models accountability. It's important to apologize for your action, which was the yelling, not for your feeling, which was frustration. You would say something like, I'm sorry my voice was so loud before. It's not okay for me to yell at you. You must avoid a fake apology like, I'm sorry I yelled, but if you had just listened. That's not a repair. That's just shifting the blame. Next is B, briefly explain, in kid-friendly language. This gives a simple reason for your feeling without making it their fault. You could say, Mommy was feeling very frustrated because we were late. Or, Daddy was feeling tired and my body just got really grumpy. And finally, the most important step, C, connect and reassure. You must end by powerfully reaffirming your unconditional love. You say, no matter what, it is my job to stay calm, and I am working on it. It is never your fault when I yell. I love you so much. Can I have a hug? This ABC method doesn't just heal the moment. It models for your child how to take responsibility, one of the most important life skills you can ever teach them. So we've covered the 5-step method to use in the heat of the moment, and we've covered the art of a good repair for those times when you're not perfect. But the ultimate secret to a more peaceful home is to play the long game. The real solution is to shift from constantly putting out fires to fireproofing your home in the first place. Think about it. Most power struggles happen when a child lacks the skills to meet our expectations. Their misbehavior is often just a signal of a skill deficit. Instead of just managing the behavior, we can proactively build the underlying skill. You are moving from a cycle of yelling and guilt to a cycle of connection and confidence. You are not just stopping the yelling. You are building a foundation of respect and emotional intelligence that will last your child a lifetime. You can do this. You are not alone, and now you have a plan. If this plan resonated with you, I would love to build a community of support right here. Let me know in the comments which of the 5 steps you're most excited to try first. There is no judgment here, only encouragement. And if this video was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more gentle, practical parenting strategies that actually work. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, you are doing a great job.